Hi guys, Das here with another episode of my 1 week later comic book recaps. This time it's episode 8, and this time I'm going to be discussing what's happening on the secondary market for books that were released on January the 30th, 2019. Well, it was a pretty awful week, to be fair. The big two, DC and Marvel, had very few successes between them. The indies and small publishers saw the most success. Online retailers sold out of a bunch of books, but you can still find most of them available online for cover price. Even on the secondary market for the DC and Marvels. Of the DC books, there was nothing to report whatsoever. You can literally find most of these, if not all of them, online or at your local shops for cover or less. Marvel books, well, this book, Guardians of the Galaxy, the new one from Donny Cates, saw a little bit of success. Volume 5 was obviously released. There were nice interiors from Jeff Shaw. This was selling out online, but no real heat on most of the covers. Cover A is actually sold out at Midtown currently, but you can find these for cover price on eBay. This introduces the new team with only Star-Lord and Groot as the only original members from the previous team. The only Marvel winner has to be this book. And this was the Immortal Hulk issue 12, which is seeing some great success. Dubbed as the best new Marvel series, I think, from the last year and into early 2019. And this book has been flying off the shelves for his apparently great storytelling. Al Ewing, like I've said many a time, I met him before. We had a great discussion about the Immortal Hulk. He signed 28 books for me. Top guy. He really knows his craft. I got on board with him with Avengers No Surrender. That was a great little run he put together. This issue has become a solid $10 book on average on the secondary market. Like I say, if you can grab them and find them, most online shops have sold out for almost a week now. I think there were still a couple available in my LCS. So, like I say, if you're after a quick flip, you can still make a little bit of coin off this. But for me, I don't think it's going to show success as it progresses anyway. It is a long-term hold as well, I think. Initially sold out at some retailers was the new Warring is Hell one-shot. Since then, most retailers seem to have covers A and B in stock, but this one, the Checchetto variant cover, if any, was the pick of the War is Hell covers. This saw a little bit of success early, but just a slightly over cover. At one point it reached the $20 mark, but has since cooled off with some recent sales around 15 or less. So if you can find that Checchetto Young Guns cover C, grab it, because there is a little bit of coin available. Time will tell if it is a long-term hold. Tread lightly, there is still a bunch listed without any real movement online at the moment. And sold listings are fairly small in comparison. So I can only imagine that the demand is dwindling after those who seek them got their copies. It still looks a book to watch for sure, though, as most retailers reportedly are saying that cover was sold out online. Okay, on to the indie books. And this one, a book I looked for and I had no success. Heroes at Large from Antarctic Press. Heroes at Large. That had a fair bit of success. It's doing pretty well. I think, like I say, a lot of people are just jumping on the bandwagon with Antarctic Press, obviously with their success with Rags and Punchline. I think Star's End was from them as well. That had a bit of success. But nevertheless, it's a $10 plus book at the moment, Heroes at Large. Some have been as high as 20. So not a bad pick if you can find them. Like I said, I tried 2 or 3 LCSs without success. you should be able to at least double your money if you can offload them. Now, another book that was getting some heat is a fairly new book from Albatross, and that is this one, Grumble issue 3. I recently picked up Grumble issue 1, but unfortunately it was the no word bubble. If you can find the one with the word bubble, that is going for some serious coin. Now, the one I showed you was the incentive cardstock variant, and that is the one that is seeing the most success, with prices trending from around about the average of $15. Sales have peaked at $20, but recent are around about the $9 range. Excuse the noise in the background. That is the washing machine giving it some. You know what it's like. You've got to get on with the housework, haven't you? Now, another a big book from Antarctic Press was, of course, Punchline issue 3. Punchline issue 3. Sales peaked at around the $15 range for this. I managed to grab 2 copies, but it has dropped back down. It's around about a $7 book now. You're doubling your money. I think after the success of 1 and 2, retailers, well, those flipping this, the title have killed the potential by flooding the market. So watch out. Don't go too heavy now on Punchline. Issues 1 and 2 in particular, the Soaring variant I picked up, that's reaching £35 now. So if you missed out on Punchline 3, I think eventually it will come back down to cover price. Another book that got a bit of heat is the new book from a new Archie series, and that is Blossoms 666. Now, this is the cover that is doing the most damage. This is the hack variant. The hack variant. Of course, I looked for this, again, without much success. It's still available at most retailers, Blossom 666, like I said, except for the hack variant. And the hack copy was selling as high as $20, but now it's become a solid $15 book. There have been sales as low as 6 to 10, but on average you're looking at around 15. So a good book, I think. Personally, I don't spec on Archie books. I just don't see a lot of spec in it, but it is going, that hack variant. So, but you have to be really on your game if you're a flipper, I think, to see too much success with these Archie books. Okay, and the final book I'm going to talk about today is this one, and this is the Lady Hellraiser's Bombshell variant. And this is a sweet cover. Again, I had no success in finding this. This is the David Harrigan Bombshell cover. This is the book in question, guys. That is a sweet cover. Of that, there is no doubt. I know my friend Lewis Comic Vantage is a massive Lady Death fan. Now the cover price was $4.99, but it has gone as high as $43. Like I said, it's a sweet cover. A recent auction ended at $21, but this has since cooled off, as most are now ending at around the $10 range. So it is a success, but it seems to be dropping. So I'm going to do my podium spots as I wrap it up. In third place this week, I am going to give it to this book, Punchline 3. Punchline 3, that's my bronze medal this week. A solid $7 to $10 book now. My silver medal this week goes to that Lady Death. Lady Death. and that is the David Harrigan cover B variant. And my final book of the week is, of course, Immortal Hulk. This is my gold medal this week. Immortal Hulk 12, the first appearance of the One Below All. That's a wrap. Just a little bit of info for the secondary market. A big shout out to comicsheatingup.net for a lot of that information. Take care, guys. That's Daz over and out. Bye for now.